Just left the tank here.
During the war, a secret military operation came down here and they built a number of bases. And the reason they were kept secret is because we didn't want...
I am explorer. I'm Antarctica explorer.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I travel from very far, long journey.
Long journey.
And
The worry was that the Nazis may come down to the Antarctic and they would use certain locations for anchorages.
Okay. Guys, it's not nice. Alright guys, so let's check out some of these research centers right here. Okay, so this one used to belong to the Britons, as we heard before, and this is their engine room. Let's check out the engine room first. Good. So, kind of dark in there. Wow, okay. Very interesting in here. Feels a little moldy. I'm gonna watch my steps. Oh, wait a minute, yeah. Okay, you have oil here. Some old oil. Recuerdo de nuestra paso. This was in Spanish. Por la basa strong. Wow. Check out these guys, right? Old moldy toilet paper, beer here. This has to be new. Maybe this is remnants of a team that came here 2 years ago, obviously. But this one looks like, based off of the clothing, years ago. Right here, this Cinco Paquete. Yeah, it's like a Spanish team that was here and just left a whole bunch of supplies here, just in case they come back. The engine section of this room. Alright. Wow. So this was the engine room right here, guys. Here it is. So they would crank it up right there. And then I guess they put some oil, gas, and you have power here. And these are the instructions here. It says check fuel level, check oil level, check water level. Turn fuel pump on. Needless to say, guys, if you were stuck here and you had the fuel and oil and water, you might be able to get this thing running. Last run on 1975. There it is. 1975. Last run. All right. Okay. Wow. And they actually do have. Looks like they do have something to help run this machine. And I guess this black covering has helped the roof not decay down just yet, but as you can see, the wood is barely holding on from the moisture of Antarctica. So let's go in here. This is a research center.
That's right.
Supposedly.
It used to be.
Yes, this is.
Okay.
Now shut.
Second floor is closed.
Yeah, it's too dangerous, the staircase.
Okay. This says 1975.
That's for the hut, yeah. But this area, it's the Marguerite Bay, which we're in now.
Okay.
This is all Marguerite Bay. That's this was charted in 1909 by the French. So then that's why it's named Marguerite,
Nice.
after his boy.
Okay. All right, guys, let's check it out. These are its original switches. Wow.
Yeah, it's all original in there.
Okay. Let's go in. Rare point. This is what I love, walking through history. Britain's Antarctica heritage. Oh man. Wow. We're walking into a kitchen. Never would I imagine would I be walking through this type of history, guys. This is amazing. So I guess this is where scientists, the researchers, would early in the morning steam up some coffee, make some breakfast. I don't know what type of breakfast they would make, unless they would stock up on some eggs or anything. And I'm thinking coffee and tea was on the list of things they would do here. Just envisioning what they used to do, fully suited up in their jackets, walking in and out of this kitchen, getting food, and getting back to research of this place. And Look at these ovens right here. Wow, okay. This is amazing. Okay. Wow. Man, more tone. Says preparation with meat stew. Place entire contents in a pint of 1/4 pint of water. Bring to a boil and simmer for 5 minutes, stirring occasionally. During simmer, add more water if necessary. Season to taste. Curry here. The beef. And this right here. And some potato in a can? What, this is like French fries or something right here? Rankstein pickles. Lovely pickles. Look how these pickles look. Look so beautiful right here. Huh? You want some pickles?
You have a proper light. Oh my god.
And then here, guys, check out the beans right here. The beans haven't aged. They're ready for food. What's your thoughts about this place?
Wow, it's like an eerie time capsule, right?
Yeah.
And you wonder, there's a bathroom in here, like who would take a bath, right?
Oh, wow, there is one.
I mean, you would let that go, right? You would just let that go.
Yeah.
Cold.
It's too cold here.
Absolutely.
And then these books, what were they reading?
All kinds of fiction.
No Adam and Eden. What? The Battle of the Mind. You know, I think the people who are here, you're probably going through a lot reading these type of books.
You're absolutely right. I think you're absolutely right.
The Battle of the Mind right here, guys. The Conquest in Scotland. Lamps is heavy. Till Death. A new 87 precinct murder mystery. It happened in Boston. Death of Cecilia. The Conquest goes west. How to win friends. Wow. Knock on any door. I think these are like social books. These are books to learn how to be social and influence people. How to win friends and influence people. I think these guys were, the people here were trying to convince people to do things. I don't know what they were trying to convince people. Knock on any door. Crime and Punishment in Chicago. This might be a fiction or drama. Based off of the titles, you can really get an idea what the mind frame of the people who were staying here were going through. I don't know how many months or years if that they would stay here. Needless to say, these were their saviors because there weren't any television and probably light was used scarcely. Okay, this is the stairs we're not allowed to go up. And this is their bathroom right here. Interesting. So they probably figured out a way to heat up some hot water and take a nice bath. Pretty big bathroom actually. Okay, this is how they heated the water up. Filled it up with ice probably, and then use that stove right there to heat up the water. There you go. Yeah, just come out here, fill up your own bath worth of ice, and you're good to go. Then more supply area. Wow. Okay, so this is where they keep everything. This is the big supply area. So, I mean, if they needed food, they had it here. Pure butter. Wow. They had it here. You know what I mean? So if somehow you get stuck in some form of weird accident and you're stuck in Antarctica, find one of these things. You might be able to find something that's edible or sustaining. I don't know. Man, these things have been here for years. Alright. Oh, wow. Wow, look at all this. Look at all this stuff. And just all this stuff was never used. Wow. So much. Alright. All this stuff was never used, guys. Okay. Heinz baked beans. Heinz here. It's an old school can of Heinz. Wow, right? Heinz been out here for years. Back into the ice. Back into the freight, and it's super bright here, guys. Blinding, actually. All right, now I can see. Oh, there's a seal over there. There's a couple of seals. Okay, so this is the area where the seals are really hanging out. Oh man, and then you get to see some of the glaciers from here as well. There's a seal right there. He's just having his daily sleep. Perfect. It's good now because it's so bright here.
Yeah.
It's almost blinding.
I owned a pair for like 4 years. Broke my heart when I broke it.
Well, we keep hearing noises, so I think it's going to do it again.
From that angle?
I haven't heard any hard cracks in a while.
I don't know how bright this is looking on the GoPro, guys, but it's seriously the brightest day I've ever been. And it's because of the sun just bouncing on the ice and reflecting right back at me. They say you can get a suntan because the sun can reflect on the ice, and the ice will reflect right back on your face. Not for nothing, guys, you have to be careful when you walk around here, because you never know what you're walking into. Because there was a seal on that end that if you didn't pay attention to look like a rock. And so you see that you never know. And here you are. Let's see.
Okay, so welcome to East Base on Stonington Island. This is the oldest American station that is still standing in the Antarctic. It's made up of these two buildings. Only the one on the left is open. These were built in 1939, so 1940, so just before the Second World War. A load of men came down here to do a survey, and they brought aircraft. They brought these really old school aircraft called the Curtiss Wright Condors, like radial engines. One of the engines is still in the box just over there. It was brand new, and yeah, it's still in the case. When Pearl Harbor happened, the US Navy recalled all of its ships and its men, and these guys felt they had to go back and carry out their duties, so they did, and they abandoned it. Then in 1947, at the end of the war, they returned, only to find that the British had built a base just over there. Yeah, Base E. Now Base E was all men and a lot of alcohol. And here there was a lot of men, 2 women, and no alcohol. So they kind of realized that we're missing out. And they wouldn't allow the girls to go over there, and they wouldn't allow the men to come here. So they started waving the bottles like this, and they invited each other over for dinners, and they used to have some very nice sit-down get-togethers with gin and tonics, and just enjoy each other's company. And eventually they began working together, and they surveyed all of the land between here and the other side of the peninsula, and they added a huge amount to the world map. Finn Ronnie eventually discovered the Ronnie ice shelf on the other side, and that is where a lot of expeditions tend to go off into the continent. Yeah, so if you go into the building, tread lightly because you're treading on history. These buildings aren't conserved very well. They're slightly neglected. The UK government, through the United Kingdom Antarctic Heritage Trust, they do a little bit of work here, but these are essentially United States property. It's a pity it's not quite looked after. Everywhere you look there's archaeology. In there you'll see photographic plates There are books. It's very subtle. There are rolls of film that are just sat there, frozen solid. So hopefully one day somebody will come and look after it properly and do a good job, because this is the only historic American base that is still standing in the Antarctic. Just over there's a couple of tanks, like light armored vehicles. They use them for towing aircraft and moving provisions, but eventually they realised they're a bit cumbersome and they abandoned them, just left them there. Yeah. So this is like a bunk room, provision room, and this was like the main office, laboratory, and like dining area. So go and have a look. It's really cool. The Star Spangled Banner still in there.
But separate question: if they were not allowed over, how could they have finished together?
Well, eventually they broke their own rules.
Oh, just their own rules.
They broke their own rules. So men would sneak over with pots, and of course they enjoyed the company of beautiful women. Jenny Darlington, she was the wife of one of the pilots. Yeah. She was very entertaining. And Edith Ronnie, who was the wife of Finn Ronnie, the base commander, they spent their honeymoon here. And they came by steamship. Oh. Yeah, they came by steamship. And they were the first 2 American women to come to the Antarctic. Very cool. It's a very cool piece of history. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. You're leaving bits off. Base E, what was that about?
Base E, so Base E is, it was a British base, okay, and it was a legacy of the Second World War. So during the war, a secret military operation came down here and they built a number of bases. And the reason they were kept secret is because we didn't want, when they transmit information over Morse code, they wanted to keep things kind of private. The worry was that the Nazis may come down to the Antarctic and they would use certain locations for anchorages. They wanted to use them for their whaling fleet, and there was concern. So the British built a number of huts, and at the same time, by building those huts, Britain was basically taking possession of this land.
In the Second World War, the British government launched a top-secret expedition to defend its territorial claims to the Antarctic Peninsula and beyond. Port Lockroy was one of their bases, and it still stands today, a reminder that even here, the only continent that has never seen a war, geopolitics still matter.
It's just an extension of what was at the time the British Empire, and each base was named alphabetically: A, B, C, D. And
well, this was triggered after the Nazis took over a boat.
Yeah. So during the Second World War, basically the Nazis needed a huge amount of food, and a lot of food came from the whaling industry. So whale oil can be converted into a number of products, including margarine, oleomargarine. The meat is also consumable, and the bones could be rendered down into fertilizer, and those were key products that were required in order to keep Germany going at the time. So they came down very early on in the war, about 1940, with a series of what they called commerce raiders. So these are ships that are like warships, but they're disguised as passenger ships, and they attacked the Norwegian whaling fleet, and they actually captured it along with 20,000 tons of products, and they took that back to Germany. And then the British got really concerned, and they thought, yeah, we're going to have to protect our assets in the region. So they started building stations around the area, and this one was the last one. So this was Base E, built in 1946. So it's just at the end of the war. So of course, what do? So they turned them into scientific stations, and eventually they became part of an organisation called British Antarctic Survey, and that is our national Antarctic program.
Before they were heavily armed over here?
Not so much. I mean, during the war they had rifles and machine guns, that kind of thing. I'm not entirely sure if they had like heavy artillery pieces or something like that, but the idea was to defend certain locations. So I imagine defending meant having a large amount of munitions in order to, do the job. Yeah.
All right. Hey guys, this guy knows a lot about this area. He spent a lot of years learning about this area, so I'll put his information in the description if you want to learn. And he's actually writing a book too, so eventually you might be able to purchase his book. So I'm gonna put that in the description.
That's cool. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, enjoy. Enjoy.
Let me go check out these tanks right here.
Tanks. Stick a camera in there and have a look around. I'm gonna go down there too.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. So let's check out these tanks right here. American tanks in the snow. Wow. Small baby tanks. All right. Oh.
You okay?
Guys, it's not nice.
You got stuff watching.
Oh, and my pants. That's it with the pants.
Oh, that's oh, God, give me a hand. Oh, good job. That's it.
All right.
Help each other out. Good job, man.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Hello. Welcome over.
Welcome to Antarctica.
Have you had the grand tour?
Pants is done.
Yeah.
Rental pants.
Do they rent pants here?
Yeah. Well, not here at Ushuaia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
I'm all right.
Wonderful.
Okay. Wow, guys.
And it's tragic because this is one of the oldest bases.
Just left the tank here. And it's still here. Metal doesn't rot like that. Oh my
So
God.
again, so this is like a light armored tank, an M2A2. And they used to use these to move provisions from the beach, which is just here to our right. They used to use that to move provisions up to the base. But they also used to use it for moving aircraft. They had aircraft here and they used to take off from the glacier over there. A long time ago, that glacier used to actually join onto the island. But you know, the environment has changed a lot and it's no longer part of the island. So this place was practically abandoned along with all the equipment, and none of this stuff is actually conserved and looked after. It's a shame because it's a fantastic piece of like Americana that's been left behind in the.
You would think
you can still see the engine.
pick it up and put it in a museum.
Yeah, it's got this fantastic radial engine on the back.
Oh wow.
This was state of the art back in the day.
Wow.
Yeah, very cool piece of engineering, and it's been left neglected.
Let's check it out.
Very cool.
This was like what you would say how many years ago?
So this was so these were last used 1940.
Wow.
So that's like, what, 60, 70, 82 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, incredible.
And then this was another platform right here. This was a cabin or something? Looks like, right?
Yeah, I think they used to have a shed here, and they used to keep oil and fuel for the tanks. There were a number of structures here that were burned down, deliberately burned down.
Yeah, I saw that wood was burned. What was that about?
It was just a way of getting rid of old buildings.
Ah,
Yeah. You don't need it anymore, you burn it. It no longer becomes a hazard in case it falls apart or whatever.
or they might use it as firewood.
Yeah.
Okay. And if anything, guys, I can say about this trip, get some more durable type of pants. These were not as strong as this. Maybe this type of material would be good. And the boots are a lifesaver for real. Because of the boots, I don't feel no water, no moisture. All right, guys, so this is not the continent. I thought it was the continent. So I was with my Haitian flag. We'll pull it out when we're on the real continent. I'm going to follow the trail this time, so I don't break anything other than these pants I have. And we'll just look at this facility as we walk out. Yeah, it's tough. Right here is the best. Easy. Okay. Okay, guys. This is the facility right here. East Base. You got away from 1940, 1941, and then 1947, 1948. Bunch of old shoes, old boots here. A lot of oil containers. Looks like they had a welding area right here. Yeah, this is their tool area, mechanic shop. Okay, clean workshop before leaving. They still do that in America. All right. Here are some pictures of the first American women who were here. Here you go. And from my understanding, one of them wrote a book about her time here. She had her honeymoon here. I learned that information from the gentleman that we just got speaking to. And yeah, wow. And she wrote a letter about her experience here. Really interesting. Wow. Oh, look. Okay. Wow. This is them, actually. There you go. And these were the planes that would land on that igloo. All right. On the Antarctic Research Expedition, huh? They have it up there. And this is the boat they would use to come in. Okay. Super interesting. And they came here in 1947. Wow. So this is considered the oldest American station. I don't know if this is the oldest station. And here we go. I had my flag. Just taking pictures with my flag. But you can't forget where I was born, the United States of America flag. Wow. Here it is, guys. Can you hold this for me?
Yeah, sure. Cool piece of American history, huh?
What's up, guys? America was here. Yes, we were here.
You have to kiss it. You gotta kiss it. And it will be there for many years to come.
Is this the original flag?
I honestly don't know.
Someone brought it up here.
I think it's from the 70s. It could be from the 70s, but it's been here a good while.
You know?
There's a cool verse, there's a cool poem here. Let me read it out to you. So the first base commander, a guy called Richard Black, in 1941, he said, "It may be that this awesome land has something in its air which sears the heart like a burning brand and leaves a longing there." And he was right. So we hope many more people will come here to experience this.
And we'll always remember this place.
Yeah. Very cool. Right, see you later.
All right.
Time to go.
All right, guys, let's get back to the ship. So Connie just came back from doing some kayaking.
I am explorer. I'm Antarctica explorer.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I travel from very far, long journey.
Long journey.
And we found this continent.
You found it.
Yeah,
You-
landed here.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, what do we call you now? We still call you Connie, or we call you something else?
I am explorer, survivor, hero, goddess, everything.
Okay.
Yes.
Empress. Empress Connie.
The queen, whatever you call it.
All right.
Me.
Congratulations, you earned it. Okay. All right.
Cheers.
All right.
So did you find your content you create?
Yeah, and I broke my pants doing it. Look.
You know the double steak you had?
Wow, guys. So that concludes our first trip. Today we have another one later on. Needless to say, I had a good time. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with these pants. But yeah, man. My first encounter with snow was interesting. This particular snow, when you walk on, you sink. And it can be very challenging and tiring to go through. So I can see why you see certain Eskimos walking on snow. They have these big extra cushion underneath their feet. That way they can have to deal with that extra weight problem. But yeah, man. Time to get back on the ship. Let's do it. She has the coolest glasses here, guys.
You're done the hook? Yep.
Call us if you want to get in the bed.
Perfect.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. You know what? I didn't think it was going to be such a workout. I thought the ice would be strong enough that I could just walk and just enjoy, but that was a true challenge, just walking around the ice itself. But was very beautiful and was worth it, guys. Oh my God. And not for nothing, I'm wearing too much clothing. Right? It's not bad to bring extra clothing, guys, but on your first trip, you might get an indication of how much you need to have on you. Like, for example, I didn't even need to have the other gloves on me. The woman that told me don't wear the other gloves, she was right. But when you come here, you might have to wear the gloves, depending on the temperature, but I didn't. This left some history behind, guys.
Zodiac number 3 with 4 passengers. First time on snow for you?
Yeah.
How do you feel it?
I love it, but it's when it's deep,
Yeah.
it's not fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun when it's deep. When you
You wear like snowshoes.
yeah.
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 I mean, everyone is nice, but really nice. Like Sevilla and Costa del Sol are very good. I've been to Moscow before. Really? Yeah. One time it was December. It was actually my first time. That was in 2011. It was my first time I actually wore snow boots. And I went to the antique market and I bought like a fur hat. Hello. Yeah.
Welcome
back. Welcome home, everyone. I had the hot wine. It was really good. Sitting and talking. Sorry, I was just like, I'm so sorry. Talk too much. Which one you want me to give you? Thank you.
Yes, sir. Welcome back. Sailor's grip, sir. That's it.
Who's next? Thank you.
Okay. Player's grip.
Sailor's grip.
Okay. Player. Okay. There we go.
Welcome home to Leon.
Oh Lord. Oh my God.
What a wonderful day.
It was challenging.
Very good start.
Okay, guys, gotta disinfect this.
Yes, we did.
Let me see the pictures. I gotta see the pictures.
For the pictures, you have to talk to Connie.
Okay, let me see the pictures, Connie.
Yes, yes, yes. It's our picture.
Okay, okay.
But we go to the restaurant now.
Come on, show it to me, girl. No,
We have hot dogs and burgers. And by the way, I need to let you know, I checked with Santiago. We can do paddling and we will also visit the research station. So we will be able to see everything.
yeah, but I want to go first because I want to do a little in-depth look into the research station. That's why I'm not doing it tomorrow.
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine, have fun.
So now we just put our shoes here, we leave them here, and then everything else we can take with us. Alright? Oh, what is that? Oh,
Tea.
Oh, nice tea. Oh, thank you. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you, appreciate it. Alright.
He doesn't need to dive in so we don't see the tail. Otherwise it will be more spectacular.
I regret not going. I have to go every trip now to make sure I don't miss it next time. But I needed to go to the...
No, but she said it wasn't shot.
Huh?
She said they only sell the different. It's a whale. The whale, yeah, but she wasn't all of it out, right? Only some of it.
No, only the shoulder.
Yeah, but if I was there, I would have had it with my.
But you still have to. You're still gonna do it.
He's not gonna be there for me.
No, maybe you have more than one.
You see, the Morocco girls are very positive women.
You're gonna
okay?
You're gonna see a lot.
Okay. All right. You see that, Morocco women? Yeah.
Glacier somewhere else. What if you didn't see the glaciers?
Well, I needed to see the factory. I needed to see the American center. Now that I saw that, I got the history and everything. I'm happy.
And that's it.
Yeah. So, all right. So, guys, after our first mission, we are eating outside. Check it out. Instead of eating inside. Beautiful scenery is worth it, actually. And what they have hot dogs. Looks like ribs. And
look into the barbecue, huh?
yeah, looking real nice out here. Okay, nice. All right. Okay, nice to meet you. All right. And then if you don't want to be inside, of course, here still have the views. All right. Hello. Got some fried chicken. Ooh, got some. Oh, man, you guys make some awesome food every day.
Thank you. Hope you enjoy.
Yeah, I enjoy. Trust me. Look. Oh. What's going on, man? Y'all always doing it. Something new always surprising me. It's never the same. It's always something good, man. I got you. All right. Yes. Very beautiful day. So let me find something to eat, guys, and enjoy. What's up, guys? It's day 2 of exploration, but this time I'm going kayaking. We'll be back after these commercial breaks. Thanks for watching this video. If this is your first video, try to watch all the other episodes and catch up so you don't miss what's happening next. I guarantee you, it's going to be crazy. Yo.